Well, we're heading into a very big week in Washington, D.C. when it comes to issues like the impeachment inquiry, Roger Stone's trial, and other key events. This week, House Democrats have called in 11 witnesses to testify as part of the inquiry. 2 witnesses called in today have been subpoenaed to appear, and they are John Eisenberg, Deputy Counsel to the President for National Security Affairs, and Brian McCormick, an official with the Office of Management and Budget. 2 others were summoned today, and they are Michael Ellis, Senior Associate Counsel to the President, and Robert Blair, a top aide to Acting Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney. However, none of those men are expected to show up and testify. Now, another important day is Wednesday, when Energy Secretary Rick Perry, or former Energy Secretary Rick Perry, is expected to be called to testify. However, Rick Perry's spokespeople say he will not take part in the inquiry. So another executive branch person saying no to Adam Schiff and the Democrats. Then there is the person who the Democrats are calling their star witness, and that's President Trump's former national security advisor, John Bolton. Bolton's lawyer, Charles Cooper, said his client would not appear without a subpoena. Now, Cooper also represents Bolton's former deputy, Charles Kupperman. Kupperman is suing to see if he has to comply with the inquiry, and Cooper could add Bolton to that challenge lawsuit as well. And finally, there's the trial for former Trump confidant and advisor Roger Stone. Now, jury selection begins tomorrow. There were some pretrial conferences today, and the trial itself is expected to begin on Wednesday or Thursday. Stone was charged as part of the Mueller probe with making false statements to investigators and witness tampering. House Democrats are expected to take the impeachment inquiry public sometime this month. However, there's no set date or deadline for that just yet. Now, they've released their first transcript of the closed-door sessions. Those were transcripts of testimonies from Marie Yovanovitch, former U.S. ambassador to Ukraine, and Michael McKinley, a former senior advisor to Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. But again, because these were closed-door meetings, we don't know if what was released by Adam Schiff's committee was truthful or accurate or represented the facts, because Republicans, remember, aren't allowed to cross-examine. They can't cross-examine witnesses. And as we reported earlier in the show, they want the whistleblower, Democrats do, and the whistleblower's attorney claims they want this as well, but I suspect it was at the urging of Adam Schiff. Republicans can only submit written cross-examination questions. Excuse me. So let's look at how ridiculous that is. Imagine you were a criminal defendant, because this is now a criminal trial, the impeachment. No matter how they want to couch it, the president can be impeached for high crimes and misdemeanors. So the House investigates. They hold interviews, they hold hearing, then there's a trial in the Senate. But if you were a criminal defendant and you were placed in a lineup, for example, your lawyer is allowed to be there. Your lawyer can object if other people in the lineup look different than you do. For example, if the description of a suspect is my description, then the police are supposed to put other people in the lineup that look like me. If the description of the suspect described me, but the other men in the lineup were Asian and black and Hispanic and maybe Pakistani, well, that wouldn't be a very fair lineup, because I would stand out like a sore thumb. My lawyer would be allowed to protest that, and he'd probably win. But Donald Trump is being given no such protections. A bright light is being shown on him. His attorneys can't cross-examine witnesses because we don't even know who the whistleblower, the catalyst witness, was. They can't even challenge what's going on, nor can Republicans. Republicans sitting in Congress, elected to represent their constituents, are not being given an equal playing field. Adam Schiff can ask questions, Republicans can't. Adam Schiff can elicit whatever response he wants from a witness. Republicans aren't allowed to cross-examine. And then enter the attorney, Mark Zaid, for the whistleblower. He expects Republicans to submit written questions to his client, but he's saying they can't ask any identifying info. So they can't ask things, according to his attorney, even if they write them down, like, who have you worked for in the past? Are you a Republican or a Democrat? Did you support Hillary Clinton over Donald Trump? All things that go to motive, all things that go to potential bias and impropriety on the part of the whistleblower. But Adam Schiff and the whistleblower's lawyer don't want those questions asked. They want this person to be able to make accusations from behind a closed door without their credibility or motives being questioned. And that cuts at the heart of our republic. It cuts at the heart of an adversarial political and criminal justice system. And it should really send a chill down the spine of every American.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing news channel, now in 65 million homes. Get Newsmax TV on all the major cable systems or go to NewsmaxTV.com and click on the Find Newsmax tab to locate us. Remember, Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.